roll on everybody present here. So, Mr. Secretary.
You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, Wendell Miller. Scott Sanders.
Scott's not with us yet.
John Choate.
I'm here.
Don Jackamore.
Present.
Has anybody talked to Scott today? Is he going to be joining us tonight?
Wendell, I have not heard from Scott.
Okay. Well, we've got 4 of us here, so let's go ahead and get started. And he can jump in. Okay, we've got the. You do have the Justin. Are you cool with the roll call you taking there? I guess we got everybody but Scott here.
Yes, sir. We're ready to go,
Okay.
Chairman.
Okay. All right. First order of business here. First, I'd like to welcome everybody to our first virtual Board of Adjustments meeting. Never done this before, so if it hurts, bear with me. It won't hurt for long. So anyway, first order of business here is to request and review the minutes from our December 23rd meeting of 2019. What's your pleasure, gentlemen?
That's it.
Do I have a motion to somebody?
Yeah, I make a motion to approve as read.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that, John.
Okay. John, you second that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have a motion and a second to approve December 23rd's Board of Adjustments meeting. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye. One more. Okay. All right. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. Item number 2, we have a request for a variance from Article 3.1.2H to construct a 40 by 60 or a 2,400 square feet detached garage shop located at 600 Riverstone Street, submitted by Alan Covington. Sarah, take it away.
So this is an application for an accessory structure. Typically, structures are not allowed above 1,600 square feet. However, this property is 21.54 acres, and as a result, the applicant has demonstrated that special conditions exist because it is 21.54 acres. You cannot see the accessory structure any more than you would normally be able to see it if it met the 1,600 maximum. And let's see, sorry. So he has shown that the visual impact due to construction is not an issue with this. There are special conditions that exist on his property by virtue of the size of his property that do not exist on a typical lot within an R1 district. So it is staff's recommendation that we go ahead and approve the variance request to allow the applicant to move forward with the construction of their accessory structure at 2,400 square feet.
Okay. All right. Is Mr. Covington on with us tonight, or is anybody representing him? Do they have anything to add? Because usually this is where Dave would jump in, but he's not.
I'm on phone only. Can you hear me?
Sir?
This is Alan Covington. I'm on phone only.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have anything to add to what the staff report gave us?
No, sir. That is, she explained it quite well. From the road, you would only see the gabled end of the building, and from the neighbor on the other side, you would only see the gabled end. So whether it's 20 foot longer or shorter, shouldn't make any kind of aesthetic change. And I really appreciate it to get that extra square footage. I currently have a smaller shop at my current location, and it's just not going to be quite big enough for what I'm planning. So if you want that. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Booth. Commissioners, anybody have any questions for her, Sarah, in regards to this request? Okay. What is your pleasure, guys? Anybody, nobody has any questions? What's your pleasure?
I can make the motion. It's John. We had to approve it.
Okay, John, we have a motion to approve by John, and do I hear a second?
Don will second it.
Don seconding that. We have a motion and a second to approve the request for variance. All those in favor of this request, acknowledge by saying aye. All of you. There you go. One more. There we go. All right. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. Okay. All right. Item number 3. Request to approve a variance from Article 3.21 standards, allowing for a 4-foot sidewalk to remain on property located at 1900 East Main Street, submitted by Garnack Engineering on behalf of Cogswell Ford Lincoln dealership. Do you have a report on that one?
So this application is to waive the requirement for sidewalks to be replaced and brought up to code along the property frontage on East Main Street. Cogswell Motors is currently undergoing a rehabilitation to their structure with additional building at an estimated $3.5 million project valuation. Zoning Code Article 3.21 requires with new construction, and we've actually just recently changed that to say that if the construction can meet a 50% threshold, that we could waive requirements of sidewalks. Otherwise, you would require sidewalks along all street frontages of the property. So this property currently abuts South Verona, 2nd Street, South Sydney, East 2nd Street, and South Utica, along with Main Street. When we looked at the project, we did not believe that sidewalks would be warranted, since the project, the structure is already there. They've been in operation for, as I've been confirmed, I believe it's about 70 years. And so as we looked at it, we did not think that we should be requiring sidewalks along South Sydney, East 2nd Street, or South Utica. However, we did feel that it was rationally proportionate to the project to require the sidewalks to be brought up to standard along East Main Street. And that is the standard requirement for commercial development is 5-foot sidewalks. And so there's a couple things. It always ensures that those sidewalk widths meet ADA requirements. Additionally, the code is clear that if you're doing commercial construction, that you're supposed to build sidewalks. And so with the lack of findings by the applicant, it is staff's recommendation that the Board of Adjustment deny this variance request and require the sidewalk to be brought up to the city code standard of 5 feet along East Main Street.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody that is there anybody representing Garnack Engineering that's logged on here tonight? Or anybody from Cox?
Yes.
I'm Vernon Williams with Garnett Engineering.
Okay. Did you get his name? Go ahead, sir.
Oh, again, this is Vernon Williams with Garnett Engineering. We respect staff's opinion about the sidewalk. We do think that sidewalk has been out there and has worked without any trouble for a long period of time. The way that we're widening the sidewalk of just adding you can't just add 1 foot to the side of a sidewalk. You actually have to demo the whole thing and reconstruct it to make it a foot wider. I know that staff can't necessarily look at the cost of something when they evaluate whether or not it meets the city requirements. But, the cost to replace that sidewalk is $28,000. And we just feel like that it puts an undue burden on this developer, who, the world that we live in right now isn't even the same as the world we lived in when we put this variance request. And the car dealership industry has been very much impacted by this virus that we're all trying to deal with. And, $28,000 is a lot of money, regardless of how much you're spending on a dealership. And we just feel like that, that asking them to do this, the amount that they have to pay doesn't really return a benefit to the public. We just respectfully ask that you consider this when making your decision. Not answer any questions you have about this.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions regarding the request? You do have a valid argument there, Mr. Williams. Commissioners, do you have any comment or any questions for Mr. Williams?
This is John. I do. The current sidewalks are in good shape, not damaged, and all cracked and broke up currently. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, so that would be the only 5-foot sidewalk on East Main?
Mr. Williams, is that who are you addressing that question to?
I guess to Sarah, whoever can answer it.
Okay.
So Justin, I can answer that. The oil lube that is being constructed over there by Rangus, I think, will be installing 5-foot sidewalks. And at this point, the U-Haul, their development plan and permit is to replace the 4-foot sidewalks and bring them up to the 5-foot sidewalks.
How about Slim Chicken? Are they going to be required to put 5 foot there as well?
Yes, sir. They are putting 5-foot sidewalks in. Thank you. I forgot about that development.
Okay. Anybody else?
Motion to approve and
Approve
allow them to
the
go with the
variance.
existing 4-foot sidewalk.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the request for the variance for the 4-foot sidewalk. Do I hear a second?
I'd second that, Wendell's John.
Okay, all right. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the variance for the 4-foot sidewalk, as requested. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye. Is that 3 of you? Okay. Any opposed? Hearing the motion carried. All right, Sarah, if we don't have anything else, I guess we, for the Board of Adjustment, according to the agenda here, we are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen, and everybody else that signed on.
So do we call back at 6 for the planning commission?
5:30 is the
5:30.
meeting's at 5:30. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Or just
Thank you.
a whole minute or two before then, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, Sarah, I'll talk to you here in 10 minutes, I guess. So.
Okay.
All right.